good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Rage Across the Amazon, where, well, considering that the two, the two last cub actually, I'm sure that Olaf must be thrilled. Um, well, and they are just as thrilled to work with Olaf, obviously. So there's been rumors that the Denmother has been sighted on site. So they probably thought, hey, that might be probably Vlatehin, because she knows more about Gauru society than Tapisa does. But perhaps introducing herself to the Denmother might be a good idea. I mean, just might, or we can make another international incident. Like we never know.
You just like the international incident part too much, but sure. Um, Latin is kind of versed on her etiquette in Guru society and is currently half dragging Tapisa along to basically walking around this new sept of theirs to find a trace of Calls the Fury Raya, aka Den Mummy.
Well, it has been noted, as they clearly have heard in the grapevine, that Coles has become more present in the recent nights, and yeah, she has been making herself more visible and getting more involved with what's going on. And she has actually had some things to resolve herself, but she did promise Olaf that she would make herself more available and touch base with the remaining cubs. So she will be probably somewhere fairly central in the sept. She has been, as she has been mostly recently, mostly observing, but is definitely more obvious as she is moving around and making suggestions and trying to boss kinfolk about, probably.
And as she's doing that, she'll see the sight of, which is quite extraordinary, of the very small Wendigo cub pulling forward the taller other Wendigo cub until they reach the point where at least Latin will notice that Calls may be watching, or is at least in range of sight, and will simply let go of Tapisa and roll over.
Okay, for a second, I thought I thought you were going to say she does a judo take and make Pisa go
Right. Yeah,
well,
because she could totally
fun.
take Tapisa. No.
You take our rooms.
Apparently,
But
yeah.
as she sees her sister going on her back and seeing, well, somebody that she doesn't know, and remembering the day of kinfolk where it's like everybody is above you, so shut up. She does the rollover.
You are both in Hamid? Can I just clarify?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably because she's been tugging, so yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. I just thought I would clarify. Coles she'll straighten herself up, and noticing at least the cubs that she recognizes, at least one more than the other, and on the ground in front of her, she will make her way over quite steadily and observing their reactions and taking in any new scents on them. And she will go first to Latahin, because she is the one she knows more, and gently give her a bit of a nibble at her neck, and then she will say, "It is good to see you again," and give her a nudge with her nose to at least sit up. And
Which she will do.
at that point, she pads over to the other girl on the ground and spends a bit more time moving around her and taking in her scent. "You are the sister I have heard about."
Um, yes, Denmother, I am Tapisha, born on two legs, Galliard, cub.
Hmm. "And I am Cause the Fury. Boston, Black Fury, born on four legs. I am also a Galliard. And as you have heard, I am the Denmother." And she will go forward, and onto Peace's neck, she will be a little bit firmer, just almost as if she's testing her to see what her reaction is to the nice teeth around her neck.
I would say I will say that she when she said four legs because she had heard that, but it's she hasn't actually met any lupus at all, and when she goes for the neck and does a bite, there's a tension, I guess, because yeah, I mean those thieves, she knows what they can do. She knows that they can rip off throats. She did it, but since she doesn't see any body behavior from Calls of Fury, and since she has animal kin free, I will say that it's fairly easy for her to see that. Uh, she's going to try to relax as much as she can.
As she feels the tension, Cause will hold it just for a second longer. She can tell that Tabisa is trying to relax or isn't at least reacting too adversely. She will loosen her jaws and give it the spot a bit of a lick, and then also nudge her. And as she's moving back, if she's got animal ken that high or some recognition, she'll probably see that it's actually almost like a, if slightly approving look. It's definitely fairly relaxed and calm as she moves back.
And yeah, she she gets up and probably have the the reflex of passing her hand where the jaws were. Thank you.
A Galliard cub. I wonder. I hope you can be. I hope you have more success than our more recent cubs. We have, despite their strength of heart, had some unfortunate results with recent Galliard cubs.
I think she's gonna do a peony to that.
Sorry?
She's gonna do a perception empathy on that statement
Okay.
because she's not sure basically if she means regarding uh something that she might not know, or if she's just saying, try not to die. That would be kind of useful for the nation. Two successes.
So you clearly get that there's definitely the strongest thing is regret at their deaths, or like at
Mhm.
the when you say regret, so you think that's probably get that that's something related to their deaths.
Mhm.
But there's also a slight disapproval as well, or at least not so much disapproval, but yeah,
There's something more basically
yeah,
than just.
yes, a little something more. There is a little something suggestion that it's not just about their unfortunate deaths, but that is definitely most of it.
Mm. I I hope I will live to not disappoint you.
It is not me. It's not my disappointment that matters. It is your contribution to your fellow cubs, your pack, if you join one, your tribe, this sept. It's just a contribution to the nation as a whole, as a galliard. Our auspice is sometimes seen as lessers by others. Our purpose is less distinct or more of a joke.
Oh, she's gonna frown to that.
As does Flatterhin, by the way.
Sisterly frowning.
So you tell me. I do not know what you have heard so far. What do you think the purpose? What words have you heard are the purpose of a galliard?
Uh, as a she she stays quiet for a second because she didn't thought this was college where you have a surprise test again, and she she collects her thoughts as she tries to think. Well, I mean, I got I got very different uh, opinions regarding the role of Galliards, even if they seems to find common ground. Um, Galliards are the one who tells stories. They are the one who ensure that the the accomplishment of others can be transmitted to others' generations and remembered as valuable lessons or stories where we can get some hopes, hopes and courage. And then it depends because the version I got from um, Chloe Raya is that we are storytellers and thus we retain knowledge from others from others' accomplishment and to help enlighten with a better understanding of other tribes or from the stories of the past. Uh, and then then father pretty much told me that I'm supposed to stand at the top of a rock, uh, shouting and showing example to give courage to others. Before he added that he didn't really knew much and that I should actually ask for you.
Olaf is more right than he knows. Chloe Chloe is also not wrong, but she we do not always agree. Her tales, her lessons, she recognizes that side. The important thing, if I would tell you, is that we are not entertainers. You said some of it. We keep the stories, but we do not keep the stories simply for keeping the stories' sake. Yes, we remember, but what use is remembering without purpose? We remember so that we can learn. If I tell you a story, it is not so that you are amused or entertained. It is not so just to pass the time. If I am telling you a story, there is a lesson. There is something you can learn from the actions of those before. There is something you can learn, or maybe I can even learn from hearing the story told again, so that you may not suffer the pain of another, or that so you may take advantage if someone has found it in a foe or a situation from another. We learn, and these stories, if they're told at a moot, again, even then, it is not to entertain our pack mates. It is some might get recognition so that others can be recognized for their actions, but this is by far the lesser. The spirits should know, but the spirits watch anyway. But Olaf's lesson, Olaf speaking of leading, we are not Aruns, but we are Galliards. The rage, the rage is strong in us. The strength is strong in us. We are more than talking books. We fight, and we fight almost as hard as the Aruns. But whilst they might be at the very front of a pack, whilst they take the lead, we are there, as Olaf says, to use our voice, to use our howls, to use stories or words, but and our actions to inspire the others, so that they might take heart from hope, as you said. Words can be powerful, but words can also be meaningless. Just be careful how you use your words.
And she's gonna nod because that's probably the best explanation that she got, or at least one that says, yeah, it's that, but also not really this. It's that, but not really that. Also, it's many things. It's complicated. Life of a Galliard is complicated. I am. I will be honest. I am not. I am not sure I completely understand yet, but I will. But I will try and do my best.
You are a cub. This is your time to learn. Listen, watch. You will learn, or you will not. Remember, the life of a Garu is hard. If you do not learn something the first time, if you do not listen hard enough or watch hard enough, or choose to ignore the lessons, sometimes you don't get a second chance to learn them.
She's gonna stay silent and just slowly nod.
But you are a cub. Take the opportunities you have now. Learn what you can, fight when you can, listen when you can. Speak to as many people as you can. But remember to be respectful where you need to be. But if you have any problems or any questions, I will listen. But if you do not listen to what I say or to what others have said, and you require punishment, either I will or Gaia will. or your enemies will. But if you fail to learn, you will not remain untouched.
So I will say this. Tapisha feels extremely strange right now because the lupus Denmother is is way more scary and threatening than Zen, Get of Fenris, Olaf. Like she's wondering what the fuck is this sept? What the hell is this sept? Damn it.
You might think I am harsh, but like Olaf, I have lost some cubs now. I have lost many things. I would not lose any more if I can. We will make you strong. We will make sure you can fight. But we would learn, if you wish to learn more and learn and prove yourself, then you can. But I have recently found that the Homid cubs were all willing to dismiss me. Maybe some had reasons, maybe some didn't. I would help you if I can. There are important lessons you can learn. But this place we are in now, it is, to my eyes, in many ways, so much better than where we were before. But it is also no more an easy place than the city, the scar that we left. If I could tell you that you could run around and play and make mistakes and be as wolf cubs are, then I would let you. But this is not how it is. Spend time with your sister. It is good that you have found each other again. Enjoy the time with her. Sisters are important.
Well, she's gonna squeeze that sister hand because yeah, I mean it's not like Olaf also said, yeah, you should expect to use to die or lose your sister, and then Calls of Fury is like, yeah, you may die, you may see people you care die. It's a fun house.
Yeah, Latin. Well, she just witnessed all the talkings silently, and as Tapisha grabs her hand, she'll just give a light squeeze and kind of makes that eye movement that says, "I told you she's good."
That
Goddamn eye movement.
causes attention will shift to Talatahine.
She'll
Talatahine.
immediately have her face like like nothing on her face anymore. Yes, Denmother, Raya.
Winter River Cub. How do you find this place? How have you been? I am sorry I have.
You had your tasks, and I had mine. This place is hot, very hot. I didn't realize there were such places in the world. It's also very much alive. It is very alien, but it's fascinating.
It is the wild. It is so strong here. So strong. It is both overwhelming and freeing. The But I understand as a Theurge, it is making it somewhat difficult in this place.
It's more the other way around. It's so easy that it's dangerous.
I had not thought of it that way. Interesting.
The gauntlet is almost gone. You can almost like blink and fall into it.
But it is so close,
Spirits,
and the spirits are so close.
yes.
You are unused to this.
It's like you're swimming in the sea, but if you don't watch every movement you make, you end in deep water with high tide and strong movements. Sea dragging you under.
Yes. I could see for those, for all of us who are normally used to such a trickle, something you're always reaching for, it'd be easy to maybe get yourself lost too easily, get overwhelmed.
Yeah. But there are water spirits here, and I am learning from them.
This is good. Water spirits they have done both me and those I know a good turn in the past. If you can make a good relationship with them, this is a good sign for you, both as a cub and for us. And I'm glad to hear that this that you are doing well at this. Is there anything you would wish to speak to me about?
Mm, no, not particularly.
That is fine. The I am trying to be. I've been called to be more present now. My tasks and things. I will be here more anyway. So I will try both to look you out. We are busy here, so training is somewhat more difficult and perhaps more practical in nature. But if either of you, she will glance back at Tapisa, need anything, you will let me know, and I will try to help.
I think my sister could learn a lot from you, Denmother Raya, both because of the way you look at Gaia's creation and because of your joint auspice, if I may be so bold to say so.
How I see Gaia's creation. You mean because I am a lupus?
Yes,
No. If this is what you mean, then say those words. Don't waste other words. Pretty words are, well, something they are pretty. But anyway,
I
they are,
apologize.
it is okay. Just, I often find it easier if people speak plainer and not try and say things or hide meanings or shade meanings. The moon is clear and bright, and so should our actions. But your sister, I will teach her, because, as you say, she is a Galliard, and I have taken on all the Galliard cubs that we have had. She shows, we shall see, anyway. But Lupus, she is newer, so she has more to learn. But I would take both of you again. You shall... Yes. Even if we cannot go quite as freely here because of risks, we will find a way. We shall do some scouting and stalking and hunting if we may.
While this is happening, Tapisha is looking at both of them because she feels like this is, even if Latehin doesn't know the reference, it feels very much like, hey, I'm a mother, teacher, I'm leaving my child into your care. And I'm like, what? Exchanging a look between the two of them as if he was not there. Like, what?
No. You will work together where we can. There are some things that will just be for Tapisa, but most of it you shall do together. We are wolves. We are always better together. But, Tapisa, how have you found your forepaws?
Did she ask how did you find your four paws?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god damn it! I'm not Kotori anymore because I would comment on that statement so hard with a joke. Damn it! She she blinks a couple of times because she realized, oh, I'm back into the conversation now, and she goes, uh, I mean, it's still a little bit hard to change, um, and mostly I've been she thinks a little bit towards her own experience so far. I've been mostly going with the Hispo form in combat, but I don't think it can really say that I've mastered it, as she used air quote, because, well, my first combat against some kind of spirit dragon, I was biting it, but it didn't really care about me. And the last ones, that I fought, um, again, didn't really pay attention to me, which proved to be fatal to them. But I will say that I'm not yet master of the fact that I have a tail to walk straight and not in zigzags.
Practice. If you are thinking it will... You are talking mostly about combat situations. You must know it in all situations. You must know it, how to sleep in it, how it feels when the ground is different under your feet, how it feels when the wind is different in your fur, so you might know where different scents might come from, or where a surprise attack may come from. You need to know how your nose feels so you can sniff out the scents. Your nose is more powerful as a wolf. The human, the homid nose, it is pitiful. You need to know how your ears feel, so you are not deafened by the loud noises that make. So you may not be limited in the other forms when you try and fight. And you can be more useful before or after. The Homid form, it has purpose in this world, because this world is ruled by Homids. But the other forms, they are stronger and faster. They smell better, they sense better. You need to know your other forms, otherwise you will always be weak.
She's gonna nod at that. Um, if I may ask a question.
Speak.
Um, you mentioned that comet cubs tend to not know a certain thing, and you said that after that they tend to ignore her in favor of the Denfather. May I ask what that is?
What they I do not understand.
You said that Hobbit cubs lacked something and that they
They
tend to ignore it.
they lack. They tend to think because they are Homid, and their brains are so big and they have so many thoughts that they are then better than what they see as the creature they came from, or and they do not understand the strengths of a wolf. They think it is only. They like the teeth, they like the jaws, they might even like the extra smell and the extra hearing sometimes. But most of the time they think they are better because they think more. Think too much sometimes. But this is neither here nor there. They think they are their thoughts, their cleverness, they think it is better. And therefore, once they have decided this, they stop listening. Things that are outside or make them uncomfortable, they ignore it. They keep with the Homid thoughts because it is easier, it is what they know. And they say that lupuses are so hard on them and that things are so difficult. They are difficult for all. I will not pretend it is easy. But no one side is better. Or if they are, it is individuals. It is not that all Homid wolves are terrible, and none of them listen. Your Denfather, who they run to, is a good example. It is funny they run to him sometimes. He has more lupus than many of the others. He understands.
I guess when she says they run to the Denfather, she's gonna exchange a stare with Gladehin. Like obviously, obviously telling each other like, yeah, we're totally going to run to the Denfather or things.
And Tatahin doesn't really look surprised because he has seen at least the cubs that she kind of grew up with a little bit, that she got to know. And although she likes William, she thinks at least both him and Aiden are still too much Homid, so she kind of shrugs.
Mm. I I see. I'm not I'm not going to pretend that I understand, because as much as I was raised as a knowing kin, uh, I can't really put myself in the feet, or well, the paws of a wolf or anybody else. But I've I've worked a few times in the park near the sept. I've seen how things are in the wilderness. It's harsh and unforgiving. And just because just because we have opposable thumbs and think too much doesn't make us wisest. I will I will take your your words into account anytime I think too much,
Hmm.
or at least try my best to do so.
If you at least remember them occasionally, then you would be a wiser Homid than most. But still, to make to make you stronger in your other forms, to make you understand, make it so that your senses, that all the bits that come with your other forms are not so alien, I believe is the word that has been used. Practice. Spend days, nights, forms. Hispo and Krinos, it's not always so practical. But as you say, Hispo, Lupus, they are not so different.
I see.
Pick a scent. Spend some time as a wolf. Find a scent, follow it. Follow it around and see what you can learn about that scent. All these things, they are practice. You will know what your nose smells. You will know what you hear. See if you can follow something.
Mm.
If you would like even more of a challenge, see if you can do it without being seen.
She she's gonna nod. Very well. I will do as you tell.
I have been pleasantly surprised so far. That way.
And she will she will nod. I hope too that it stays that way.
Cubs, there is much to be done here. I shall tasks. You should know, you both knew, Aiden. We we are making preparations for him. If you wish to come to his gathering, to say words, to tell a story you know of him, to let him pass from the nation, you may join us if you wish. We would have you. I will let you know closer to the time.
Thank you, Denmother Raya.
She,
Let's. Oh, sorry.
she'll get to her feet and sort of flick her ears a bit, and then she will walk briefly towards them and probably brush past them and then pad away.
Latin will look at the piece and it's like, and?
She turns to her sister. What?
Well, what did you think?
Uh, she she scratched the back of her head. I'm not gonna lie. She's she's extremely interesting and scary at the same time.
I didn't think she was that scary.
I think it's more, I guess, um, I guess you would call, she thinks, uh, lupus bluntness.
Hmm.
You know,
True.
where people generally turn around the subject, putting pretty words everywhere. She just cut to the chase.
She kind of was one of the first people that made me feel at home, almost. In a good way.
And she nods. Yeah, I could see why. And she will slowly shift into lupus form. Well, sister of mine, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna stalk William and
If you
try
need
not
me.
to be seen.
Good luck. If you need me, you probably know where to find me.
Yes.
Okay. And Latin will, out of her pocket, grab a mirror shard and will slowly start to shift over to the other side. And with that, we can end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And have a good evening, or night, or morning, or afternoon.